Welcome back. Shifting focus back to earnings conversations. Then, Sharda Cropchem is the management that is joining in on the show. The company saw its consolidated revenue surge nearly 40%, while EBITDA increased 16%. Margins, however, were under pressure. To discuss more on the quarter gone by and the road ahead, Mr. R.V. Bubna, the chairman and managing director of the company, is joining in. Mr. Bubna, good morning. Thank you so much for joining in. You know, with the kind of FY25 that you've had, what is the kind of growth that you are penciling in for FY26 on the top line and the bottom line front?
We are expecting further 15% growth, and bottom line also about 15 to 18%.
Okay, 15 to 18% growth is what you're expecting in FY26, right, Mr.
Yes, yes, madam.
Okay, sir, morning. Thank you so much for joining in with us also. And, what I want to understand, in Q4, in your non-agri business, I just want to know, in terms of realization, what was the drop there and why was there a drop in Q4?
Madam, this is just seasonal or there's no particular reason for it. Okay. It is usual.
Mr. Bubna, what have been the realizations in the Cropchem segment? If you could shed some light on this, and is that trend expected to improve going forward into FY26 as well?
Well, first question is realization is very good, and the trend is going to continue in the FY26.
If you could quantify that for us, sir?
Put your question once again, please.
What would be the realizations in absolute terms, if you could give us a number for FY26, and what was the number in the fourth quarter as well?
I'll have to look for it. Let me check up. We can go to the next question.
Okay, right, sir. Sir, overall, could you talk to us about different geographies as well? Europe, NAFTA, LATAM. What is the outlook here going forward in FY26? The growth also that you're expecting in terms of volumes, sir?
Madam, this quarter, our growth in NAFTA has been excellent. And the next is Europe. Third is Latin America. And fourth is rest of the world. And I feel the trend will continue.
And since you mentioned all of these geographies, are there plans to expand into other geographies as well, Mr. Bubna? And part two, if you could also share your geographic mix when it comes to domestic and exports. What is the kind of mix that you have currently?
Domestic, we don't have any business in Sharda Cropchem. It's a very small business in one of our subsidiaries, but that forms around 1% or less compared to the Sharda Cropchem.
And what about expansion plans for other geographies, Mr. Bubna?
Sir, I have covered the entire world when I say NAFTA, Europe, Latin America and rest of the world.
Any specific geography that you would want to lay your emphasis on, focusing more on Europe, focusing more on NAFTA?
Our emphasis is always in Europe and NAFTA. So these are the geographies where the rule is followed, and the registrations have a very good value and the prices are also good.
Sir, you have also said that in FY26, you're looking at around a 400-450 crore capex, right? So where is this you're going to be deploying? What are you going to be expanding? Where is the use of this capex?
Madam, this is for the entire geography. There is no specific, but our main emphasis is in NAFTA region. US registrations are the most expensive, and so are the registrations in Europe.
What would you be using these funds for? Expanding capacities for R&D? If you could share a breakup of that, sir?
No, sir. These expenditures will be mainly for receiving registrations of agrochemical products, which is a very expensive and time-consuming process. These are going to be intangible assets and no tangible assets.
Okay, so mainly for those registrations which are expensive, so that is where it will be used, this money of 450 crores.
Yes, please.
Okay, and sir, could you talk to us about, are there any new generic molecules that you're looking at to enter, anything on that front?
Madam, generic molecules are not of much interest to us because there's a lot of competition. Okay. We always concentrate on the products which are restricted and where the entry barrier is registration. There the competition is very minimum and realization and margins are also very high.
Any price hikes on the anvil, Mr. Bubna? And if so, what would that impact your gross margins? They were at around 30% around about, and so would that remain in FY26 as well?
It should remain. Maybe it will grow up a little bit, maybe 32%.
All right, Mr. Bubna, thank you so much for sparing time and joining us today. Wish you good luck for the rest of the year as well. There was a management there of Sharda Cropchem on the road ahead for the company. Well, you know, the index continues to remain where it is. There's no significant movement on the index, but look at Graphite India now, 15% higher, the top gainer on the Nifty 500. Delivery continues to hold on to gains. HEG continues to hold on to gains, 10% higher there as well. The other stock that has sprung up on the list of gainers is Kaplan Point. It reported results last week. That stock is up 6.25% there as well. Some of these mid-cap pharma names are springing up among the list of gainers. You just mentioned Kaplan Point. Alembic Pharma is one as well, 5.5% higher on that stock. So good going for a lot of these mid-cap pharma names. And of course, can't not talk about the railway stocks, as Vinnii just highlighted earlier in the show. Of course, look at RVNL, look at Titagarh, look at some of the other railway names. Jupiter Wagons is one of them, 6.75% higher there as well. So railway stocks continuing to move higher, although defense has taken a bit of a pause in today's trading session. But with that, we call time on this edition of Trading Hour. From Vinnii, me and the team that put this show together, thank you so much for watching. Halftime report for the next 60 minutes.